Welcome to this new series on the Toolkit YouTube channel about studying psychology in different countries. Today we go to Turkey and we have an interview with Öykü about studying psychology in a university in the northwestern part of Turkey, which is between the Greek border and Istanbul, right on the beach. She has a really interesting story about how they practice clinical psychology. It's actually really surprising, and if you want to hear that part, I won't spoil that now. Please listen all the way through so that you find out. I was really surprised, and I had not expected that. So it's a really nice interview, and I would like to thank Öykü for giving the interview. And at the end, I also will tell you how you can participate in an interview about where you study psychology. But first, let's start with the interview. Hi, Öykü. So maybe can you tell me what your full name is and in which year psychology you currently are?
Okay, my name is Öykü Beyza Polat, and I'm a third grade psychology student.
Okay, good. And so now we are really curious to hear how it is like to study psychology in Turkey. And I wonder if it is, for example, different from studying psychology in the United States or in England, where I teach. And of course, I've never been in Turkey, but I've heard lots of things about it. And I know there are lots of psychology students. So well, can you first maybe tell me why exactly you yourself study psychology, and if that, and also maybe why you think most students who study psychology in Turkey, why they study psychology? Do they maybe want to become clinical psychologists, or is it something else?
I chose psychology as my major because maybe it might sound classic, but I wanted to be a hero since I was very young. I wanted to be able to save people's lives and to help them. That's why I study psychology right now. Afterwards, as my major, I'm thinking of moving on forensic psychology, maybe, but still not sure about it. I think I will figure it out with time. And if we talk about differences, I actually don't know because I never been to abroad from my country. But Turkey is a very rich country with its diversity of people and original characters. You should meet them. Really funny.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Yeah, right.
Observing.
So I wonder, now your university, can you tell me what the name of your university is?
Yes, Tekirdağ Namık Kemal University.
Right, and I looked on the map where it is, and I will show it, later when I put the video together. I will show where it is. So this university, is that close to where you grew up, or did you have to travel far to go to that university?
Firstly, I was born in Istanbul and it's very close, but I'm living in Kahramanmaraş right now for long years, like 15 years. And it's very far from here, maybe with bus, 18 hours.
Yeah, all right, okay. So, well, I looked at the map and it looks like the university and the town where the university is very close to the beach, right? So
yes.
Is this something that makes the university attractive to students? Do students say, oh, I want to go, there?
Yes, yes, it's very important for us students. I'm growing up in a city with no sea or beach. And when I choosing my university, I said, yes, it has to be a beach or a sea.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And is this area also, is this a holiday area? Are there many tourists as well? Because it looks like a very sunny part of, and it looks beautiful coast. It is very, for the viewers, it is very close to Greece, all right? So it is not the Mediterranean, but it is, what is the sea called? It is right of the Mediterranean. It's a smaller sea.
Sorry, I need a minute.
Oh, it's the Marmara Sea, or
Marmara, yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, and that is between the Mediterranean and the Bosphorus.
Yes.
And so is that really warm water, I guess?
Yes, it's very warm.
Now,
in
of course,
Tekirdağ.
yeah, this is, of course, not a video about beaches, but I like to go to the beach as well, and I live very close to the beach, and it's nice. I think I can imagine if I'm a student, it's lovely to study there. So now, how big is your university? How do you, I saw on Wikipedia, it said 30,000 students. Is that about correct?
Yes, it's correct. And it's a very big university, but it's a new university. I mean, it's not like in Istanbul, they're bigger university because they are bigger cities. But Tekirdağ is a little city with among them. Yes, it's a big for building, but it's a new for majors.
Right. Now, and so does the psychology have its own building on the campus? So do you have a campus psychology building, or do you share the building with another faculty?
We are sharing.
All right. So what else is there? It's the psychology and other social sciences, or
social science mostly. How can I say that? I don't know, but Fen Edebiyat faculty, or yes, it's science literature faculty, I guess.
Right. Okay, good. So, all right. Anyway, so yeah. And then if you, so, okay. So if I need, my next question is actually, how is it to study psychology in Turkey? So can you tell us maybe, how many students are there in your year? And, for example, what sort of things are, what is this, what's the focus of the program? Is that maybe clinical psychology, or is it more statistics or research? Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, my department is a very new at this university, and this is my 3rd year, and I am their first students actually. I have 50 classmates for my year.
All right, okay.
Yeah. We are focusing on clinical psychology because everybody wants it mostly. They are focusing on them. I guess.
So you say you learn a lot about clinical psychology, and is that say from books, or do you also have practical things that you do? For example, do you practice how to talk to a client?
Actually, this year we will gonna be practicing with our teachers and professors, but the earthquake happened and we switched the online education. That's why we couldn't practice, and we are learning from books. Our teacher trying to practice from distance.
Okay.
With Zoom things.
Right. Okay. So, but have you already done that, or is that something that is coming? The practice.
It's already coming. We just won.
Right. And can you give an example what you do in such a lesson? I mean, you give me roughly an idea. Does the teacher pretend to be a client with problems and you have to talk to them? Is it like that?
Yes, our teacher, we have a professor right now, I guess. They're acting like a client, I guess.
Yeah, right. And no, exactly, clients. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. And then what sort of problems do they come with? Is it depression or anxiety or something more rarer disorders?
Yes, more specific things, like they are spitting to your face and she's spitting on our face, and we are just like sitting and okay, I can understand you, okay, but she spit on you.
So she does that on purpose?
Yes, of course. She's coming and they will do this to you, and you have to be patient. And right, okay, she's spitting.
So they basically they teach you to deal with people who are very difficult to deal with.
Yes, they are believing if you are doing the difficult ones, and you can do everyone.
Right. Okay, that is very interesting. And then you said, like, just to go into this a little bit, because the viewers might find this interesting. So they're really spitting on your face. I mean, it's really like they go.
Yes, not mine, but my friends.
Wow. All right. Well, this is a very this is very interesting. I think that, for example, in England, this probably would not be allowed, but I can imagine that this is actually quite interesting. And wow, that's interesting. Wow. So okay, so that was clinical psychology. Do you also learn statistics? Can you tell a little bit? Because often I can tell you in England, one of the things that students find quite difficult is statistics, right? Because you don't study psychology because you want to become a statistician, but you have to learn it. How is that in Turkey? Do you learn this as well?
Yes, we learned statistics like 2 years. And it was difficult for me because I'm not good with math. It's a torture for me.
Yeah, well, I think lots of the psychology students who are watching will recognize this. You're probably like most psychology students. Can you give me an example of what sort of statistical tests you learn? Just is it something like ANOVA and t-test, or what sort of things do you learn? I know you don't like to talk about it probably, but can you give me some example of a statistical test that you found very difficult that you have learned about?
Okay. We learned t-test, z-test, and ANOVAs are everything. We learned basics from them, but I really hate it. I'm sorry.
No, that is good. You're very honest, and you could be a student in our university, for example, who would probably say a similar thing. I mean, there are some students who like it, but most students, understandably, right? I can understand it because you don't study psychology and because you want to do statistics. I mean, you have to because it is an important part of the methodology, but it's often find difficult. Okay, good. Just a final question about that. What
Yes.
software do you use to do statistics? Do you remember?
We are using SPSS 0.25.
All right. Okay. I didn't want that much detail, but you use SPSS. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Okay,
No, that is
sorry.
very commonly used. No, that's good. Good. Well, very interesting. Okay. Well, okay. So now I want to ask you, do you have a a psychology society, for example, that we have something called a psychology society where psychology students can meet, which is not part really of the teaching, but it's just for psychology students to meet to meet with other psychology students in a more relaxed situation. Do you have that as well?
Yes. We own create our psychology club, I guess.
Right. Okay. Called Psychology Club. Very, very, very good. Right now, your program is 4 years, right? 4 years.
Yes.
Undergraduate program. And when you finish, what sort of things can you do? I mean, so what sort of jobs can you get with your undergraduate degree?
When I get my degree, I can apply for KPSS named exam, and you can be a part of government. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry. But you have to make your license, high license degree.
Okay.
You can't be a psychologist without them.
Right. Okay. So you need another degree before you can practice. And do you know how long that degree lasts?
Yes, 2 years.
So you have to study 2 more years. Okay, yes. That is good. And where would you do that? Do you do that also at university, or is that somewhere else?
It can depends on you. Your how can I say this? You choose it. But if you are applying, and if they are okay with you, they are saying, okay, you can it.
Right. Okay. So, okay. Hold on. I quickly need to switch off my phone sound because it's really annoying. It's making sound. So I'll cut this later. Okay, good. Right. Okay, good. Well, that's good. Okay. So my next question is actually about what your dreams are in terms of your psychology career. So ideally, what sort of psychologist would you like to be?
What kind of psychologist? I want to be a honest psychologist, really. I want to be my job honestly, and it's a very important thing in Turkey and everywhere in this world.
Sorry, I'm not sure I get it. It's called a what?
I want to do my job as I can do.
Okay, no, okay, but is that so? But you said you want to be in the area of occupational psychology, right?
Yes, forensic psychology.
Forensic psychology. Okay, right. I got it wrong. So you want to do forensic psychology?
Yes.
And okay, so all right, okay. And can you tell me just what does a forensic psychology do approximately? So
how can I say? It's a belong to law. I mean, and it's helping to justice. And I really want to being a law section.
All right, okay. It's in the law, in the area of law. In the law of, okay. So because it is about helping people who are basically dealing with maybe criminal cases, right? Or maybe people even who are in prison.
Mostly the children, the criminals' kids, you are dealing with in forensic psychology.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So you're going to deal with probably children who have a lot of difficulties in life.
Yes, because I love children so much, and they need our help, I think.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, that's very interesting to know. So now I want to ask a few questions about Toolkit, because of course that is how I know you, because you wrote me an email about some help that you needed with Toolkit, and when people write me, I always answer.
Thank you for your quick answer.
Well, no problem. But can you tell me maybe how you discovered Toolkit? Did you just Google on the internet, or what were you looking, or were it colleagues or students who told you?
I heard about Toolkit 2 months ago, I guess. I learned it using a research project we prepared with the support of federal organization TÜBİTAK.
Right.
Our project advisor, Aylin Özdeş, directed us to use this website. She said it's very professional and you have to use it. And we say, okay. And she explained out how it's worked. And I have to admit it, I was scared at first when she talked about coding. I was like, oh my God, coding, I have no idea about it. And what should I do? But then I saw that there was no need for this. Everything was already explained in detail in website. And it was really helpful for our project.
Wow. Well, that's great to hear. Well, that's a compliment, and of course we're always happy with compliments, right? But it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear, because I can tell you one of the reasons why I enjoy working on Toolkit is because actually you get a lot of positive feedback from the users, and it's really nice. And that's why it's also nice to talk to you, and it's nice to talk to you about the other things, right? Why do you study psychology? Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your answers, and I hope that the viewers enjoyed what you had to say. I hope so. And it sounds to me that it actually is really great to study psychology in Turkey, and I hope to visit one time, because I think it's a beautiful country with beautiful beaches. And it's, I said it as a tourist, like I know Istanbul is a very beautiful ancient city, so I hope also that the viewers maybe consider going to Turkey for holiday. I mean, not that I'm being paid here by the tourist, by the Turkish Tourist Association or something like that. No, it's not like that.
We really love tourists.
Yeah, no, I know. It is, of course, it is a big part of the economy, right? So in Turkey, because you have such a long Mediterranean coastline, and I know lots of people from Britain who go to Turkey for holidays. Well, anyway, enough about the beach and the Turkish hotels, which surely are very good. Again, thank you so much. And well, that's the end of the interview, so I can stop.
I should thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this very interesting interview. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I learned a lot about how psychology is taught in a different country than where I teach psychology. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to our Toolkit channel. We also have a Twitter feed. We have regular tips and tricks on how to work with Toolkit, but also about other things related to psychology. So if you're a psychology student or a psychology staff member and want to learn more about psychology or how to use Toolkit for your own online surveys or online cognitive experiments, follow this channel and follow the Twitter feed. Bye!